Today I will review Hyonix VPS provider, a company which I found lately thanks to a recommendation of a fellow trader. I will walk you through their features, the different pricing plans, and also I will show you what is the latency I'm getting with different brokers on my servers. Let's jump into it. I'm on Hyonix website right now. I will put the link in the description below if you want to visit the website and check it out. And the first thing I will do is just click on the features to see what are the features that they offer. Typical as the other VPS providers that we have reviewed in this channel, we have powerful CPUs. They also use epic AMD processors, which is something we have seen in Contabo as well. Besides that, they use NVMe SSD, which is the faster version of the SSD. But one of the most important things is here in this box, which is licensed Windows, and I will tell you what I mean right now. You can see here their pricing plans, and actually these are all Windows VPSs, because here on this channel we are talking about algo trading and MetaTrader mainly, and Windows is a must when you plan to trade on the MetaTrader platform. So with their basic plan, you can see you can get a 1-core CPU VPS for just $6.50 a month, and the next plan is for $12 with 2 CPU cores and 4 GB of RAM, 50 GB NVMe SSD, which is pretty enough to run 4 or 5 platforms safely. And here this is the first benefit which I can find with them compared to the other VPS providers. From a pricing perspective, they offer very low prices, and actually with the other providers the cost is increased because of the Windows license, but here they somehow managed to lower that one. And if I continue scrolling, the other thing which I like here is the locations that they support. Currently they support 15 locations, and if you look at the data centers, they use Equinix data centers, and if you pay attention to these strings here, LD8 means London number 8, and this is the location of the Equinix data center. And why I say this is important, because many of the brokers use Equinix data centers, so basically you can expect that the VPS by Hyonix will be in the same data center or closer to where your broker is located. They use different data centers for the different locations. And if I continue scrolling down, you can see they have servers in Japan, Tokyo, for example. They have servers in Germany, in Frankfurt. They have a lot of servers in the US and in the UK. And now I will show you my servers which I took already. I have a VPS server at London. Also, I have one in the United States and one in Tokyo, Japan. And I'll show you what is the latency in the different servers. So first we'll look at this account, which is a Black Bull Markets live account. And I choose to run this on a London-based server. And if I show the latency, you can see I'm currently connected to the server with 2.81 milliseconds of latency. You can see here also Black Bull has this Access LD4, which is again a Equinix data center. But also you can see, for example, if I connect to this server, I'm getting less than 1 millisecond latency. And so far with all my VPS reviews, I have never seen such a low latency. And this is not a coincidence, and I'll show you the other VPSs as well. But you can see with Black Bull and the London server and the London location, what is the latency that we're getting, and this is crucial, especially if you're trading scalp arrays. As you can see here, for example, the latest trade, it entered and exited in the same second. So this trade lasted for several milliseconds and it made a profit. And if it was on a slower server, most likely this profitable trade would end up on a loss. Now, while on this server, I want to show you the latency with iPhones, for example. So with iPhones on this account here, we still have 1.3 milliseconds latency, which is excellent actually. I placed that account here just to test the latency, but let me show you the other locations where I have VPSs and what is the latency there with the different brokers. Next, I will show you my US VPS, and actually here this is an X-rating account, MetaTrader 5 account, and you can see what's the latency, 2 milliseconds to the New York server with this MetaTrader account. And here I have a MetaTrader 4 account, and if I open the latency, you can see here it is 1.16 milliseconds to the New York DC server. Here I have a nice markets account, and actually this one is with ICE Trading, which is their overseas entity, and you can see here the latency again 1.04 seconds, which is extremely good. And lastly, on this server I will show you this instant funding account with X-rating under the MyFX Markets broker. So again, if I go to the servers here, you can see that we have 6.86 milliseconds latency to the broker server in Virginia. Now guys, pay attention to this. Different brokers have different server locations, so in order to choose the optimal server location for your broker, you need to contact them first and ask them where is the physical location of their trading servers, so you can know which is the location for your VPS, which will be closer to their servers. But let me finally show you the Japanese server. and what's the latency there, and then we will go through the hardware features. Now finally on this VPS here, I'm trading the Happy Goat with 8 cap, and if I go to the latency, you can see what's the latency here. This VPS is based in Tokyo, Japan, because when I talked to 8 cap, they said that their trading server is in Tokyo. So I picked a VPS location in Tokyo, and you can see what's the latency I'm getting. And actually guys, I want to stress out how important is this thing here, because I placed the account here on the 18th of March, and you can see that the first trade it made already covered the cost for this VPS for more than 1 year. Then we had a few more profitable trades here, and actually since the 19th of March we managed to withdraw $200 more from this account, which actually covers the cost for the other VPSs for a few years ahead. And before I wrap up the video and tell you my opinion about this VPS provider, let me show you the hardware that they are using. So you can see here on this Tokyo VPS they are using AMD Ryzen 9. This is a 16 core processor, and we're getting 2 CPU cores of this and also 4 gigabytes of RAM, which is pretty fine. As you can see here, I am currently running 3 MetaTrader 5 platforms. The CPU is around 10% and the memory is around 50%. So I can safely add 1 or 2 more platforms depending on the number of trading robots on this VPS. Interestingly, if I switch to one of the other VPSs, this one for example is located in London, you can see here they are using AMD EPIC processor, which is a 32 core processor. This is similar to what Contabo were using, just more powerful, and again they have 4 gigabytes of RAM here and 2 CPU cores. This is what I'm paying for here on this VPS. So from a hardware point, you can see that the hardware might differ, but still we are getting this promised 2 CPU cores and 4 gigabytes of RAM with the plan which I picked here. Lastly, I had one more case with the support which I want to share with you, and it was related to the Tokyo VPS. So I picked the VPS, installed the MetaTrader platform, connected to the broker server, and I saw that the latency is very big, like 200-300 milliseconds. So I opened the support ticket, and after several hours the supporter solved the problem. These things happens, guys, this is technology, it is not predictable always. But the good thing is that if you have company like Hyonix with their support and with their fast replies, you can count on them and you can be sure that everything will be the way they present it on their website. At least this is what I think and this is what are my findings. Let me know in the comments below if you have tested Hyonix and what's your opinion about them. I would love to chat and hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!